Cannot talk, cannot, like I said, I cannot put a label on this is Hawaii's nature. I mean, nature is universal, right? So, but one thing about nature, to me, the understanding that I receive from it, and that's kind of funny in a sense with people sometimes question about how did you get the information? So I just say, I spend time, I try to listen, I try to look, right? I mean, it's the same thing when I say, well,
If you want to learn more about what's happening in Hawaii, please click the subscribe and like button below. It's your passport to be more educated about this wonderful place called Hawaii. You can learn more about activities, sites, culture, and much, much more.
when you make the time, you have all the implements of learning from what is offered, the natural resources, the trees, the ocean, the sky, even with the people being around here, it's all part of the environment. So for me, learning about what nature offers and how do we take it and how do we use it and make it better. So for me, it's listening, understanding what nature is offering, and the way how I will use it is by sharing with other people. You see, so it's not like I'm going to plant a tree, jump in the ocean, pick up the opala. I think for me, it's what I can share so other people have a sense, because this is an opportunity. This is 24/7, an opportunity to kind of like understand what's out here that can connect inside here, because again, there's this two-way street when you're out with nature. It's never one way. You see, you'll never receive and respond correctly if you only think one way. Now, some of us are slow learners. So, Hawaii's nature, or just nature, it's a great schooling classroom lesson area, because all you have to do is enjoy the classroom setting of nature. It's wonderful. You know, look at the mountains, the ocean, that combination of wisdom in the mountains, healing in the ocean. How do we connect to it? Well, you gotta be up there, and then you gotta come in here. So one, you go on land, and then the other one, you go in the water. Two different energies, you see. But people don't, they don't make the connection. But again, it's just being out, talking story. That's why when the Hawaiians first came here, all they did was take what nature offered and said, okay, I have an opportunity to make something better for everybody. That's why that saying, after God made heaven and earth, He made Hawaii. That's why the rainbow is a sign, huh? The locahi, the unity. So again, I wanted to just use that because I felt, because I teach health, the word health comes from the word heal, H-E-A-L, right? Then you got the word healthy. Healthy comes from two words that gives birth to the third word. Healthy is heal thyself. That's why I used to tell people, I can help you with your exercises, but I cannot heal you. You have the power to do that. I don't do that. That's why heal, health, healthy is all one word. It's all connect. 1, 2 gives birth to number 3. So I came up with the healing warrior because I read a book a long time ago. It was called The Way of the Peaceful Warrior. Okay. Now, I'm not sure if you ever read that book, but it was like sort of like an offshoot too from the Karate Kid. And what's interesting is because my teacher, my friend Masa, which I met in 1978, he was real. I mean, he was a real live person. In Karate Kid, you had Mr. Miyagi. In The Way of the Peaceful Warrior, you had this guy named Socrates. And both men were Asians, Orientals. but they were frictional. My teacher, my friend Masa, he was for real. And he's the one that started me off. Master teacher is the universe. Learn by the universe, learn with the nature, and you keep learning it. So that's when I took the title, the Healing Warrior. So I used to sign a lot of my writings with the Healing Warrior. But now there's a lot more to look forward to. I mean, Hawaiians get the word imua, look forward. And as long as you look forward, you're going to see what nature has to offer you. But to move ahead, just remember, to move ahead, your body got to take you there. Your thinking can go past, future, but your body only live in the present. That's why to move ahead, just remember, the vehicle that's going to take you there going to be your body. That's why with nature, movement, actions. That's why those people that understand nature only watch. Then they listen and they breathe. That's why our shamans, prophets, kahunas, people who had that metaphysical power, the manifestation power, they had to spend a lot of time out in nature. Medicine men like the Indian. That's why if you notice, all those magical things was always out in nature. Notice that when they had a Halloween stand-up canoe contest from Potluck to Kaimana Beach. So I was sitting there drinking my beer. Here these guys come out dressed with men, women, kids, and each one of them, I swear, each one of them just smiling. And all you gotta do is just go, wow, man, the water does that to you. My brother, they do the locahi. Now, how many miles? Anyway, when they power, they come out smiling. Clear. That's an epic person to watch. I have never, as long as I've known Claire, I have never seen her come out without a big smile. I mean, that lady, her smile, she's an epic person, and she reflects what the water does. And I think a lot of you guys who swim out, no matter how far, it's not really maybe how far, but how the experience of being in the water and coming out, And if you notice, once everybody comes out, laugh, smile, joke, nobody brooding, nobody talking bubbles, So that's why the ocean does a lot. But I'm gonna say again, the mountain does the same thing. The mountains, That's why sometimes people go, must be kind of lonely when you go up to the mountains. But I told them, when I'm in the mountains, I'm not by myself. I'm not alone. So I told him, you remember that song, The Sound of Music, The Hills Are Alive? All you gotta do is listen. You're gonna hear birds. You're gonna hear the wind move the plants. I mean, it's alive. That's why the Chinese say the balance means stillness and movement. Okay? Now, how does that work with the mountains? Well, if I look at the mountains now, it's still. But if I go up there in the mountains, there's movement. They say balance is stillness with movement. If one too much, off balance. Same thing in the water. There's a balance of energy in the water, no matter what the tide, the currents. And what's interesting, it may look flat on the top, but when you go inside, you feel the movement, the energy. That's why when you watch Discovery Channel, when they go underwater, first they go to the river, calm. But when they bring the camera under the river, what you see? Movement, right? Energy. And that's why Auntie Lehua, she says she gotta come here because it's that energy. It's like on lomi. And maybe the current a little bit stronger. Oh, on harder lomi. More like shiatsu now. You see? And then it comes really nice and calm, then you get one Swedish massage. That's the power of nature. It's sad because mankind tries to oppose nature. No can. You can never oppose nature. You can study it, and then you can be with it. But if you don't understand nature, eventually, whatever man does, not going to last. And just remember now, whatever man can create, it can be changed. But when nature changes them, that's a sign for you to really start thinking, okay, I gotta get back and study nature. Look at all this. The clouds. See, even like when you look up at the sky, when you see all these clouds, it's like that's a person's mind. Clouds. Mental clutter. Or mind fat. You see. But when the clouds clear, oh, relaxation, a lot of circulation, no clutter. See everything, right? That's why the sky teaches you, the land teaches you, the water teaches you. And we can learn from each other.